Okay, guys, it's happening. It is for sure. It is for sure happening, guys. Right now, let me take a look. I'm not quite sure where the resistance was actually. And this is so much different on my phone, guys. This is ridiculous, actually. Hang on. I'm not even sure. uh, Possibly. Um, the dream that I had about the $1.97. I expect that to possibly be the next landing, but that's, temporary. Um, we'll kind of see where this actually goes. But basically, let me take a look. Hang on. So it just broke through. It just broke through the, basically the high point of this whole journey. However, it's just barely above it, and so right now it's a matter of trying to determine if it's actually breaking through or if it might hit that resistance again. Because sometimes when it comes back up, um, it can. Um, it can touch it, but just a little bit higher or a little bit lower. Um, but yeah, I mean, I definitely don't boast in myself because I know where it's coming from. But I've been obviously, pretty excited myself. It's been fun. I actually had a I've just had a lot of positive comments, actually, a lot of people messaging me, just, thanking me for sharing the dream. I mean, it's pretty interesting, you know, um, I don't know. I think that, having been a minister, in a few different, arenas, I guess, it's kind of shocking to see probably how much more support I've gotten in this area than any other area. And I'm not quite sure if that's a good thing. But hang on a second. Yeah, it looks like it's breaking out, guys. It's at $1.88. Uh, but it's hard for me to find out where the resistance level is. Actually, let me just give me one second here. One second here. Oh yeah, yeah, it's 2 cents higher. It's breaking out for sure, for sure. And really, that resistance was more at $1.85. It's at $1.89. Here we go, guys. Here we go. So that's pretty solid what's happening right now. Um, so this is it. This is it. We're watching it live. I didn't even really have time to when I set up these broadcasts, I have to put in all of the description. And because I stream to, I think, 5 different locations, but in those 5 locations, I have to copy 3 different scripts to fill the description section to make sure everybody gets the respective content in the description section. And so it takes me a little while to get these things set up. I mean, when I say a little while, just a couple of minutes, but I didn't even have time to get it set up because it was happening live. I was actually, we have a minister that's staying with us from out of town. And after we spent some time together tonight, he joined my family and I. We spent some time together, watched a little bit of a movie. It was kind of a not a good movie. So we decided to go out for ice cream. We did that. We got home, we did our prayers. And after the prayer time, my family went to bed. And I'm telling you, God just led us into a time of prayer. We've been praying and worshiping God for the past, what is it, 12:20 in the morning. So maybe 2 hours ago, about 2 hours, we've been just deep in prayer. And then $1.98, then crashed to 15 cents. I don't even know what to think about that comment. I just don't know. Unless you're quoting somebody else, I'm not sure. Oh, you're quoting somebody else. I don't know. I feel like, unfortunately, um, I don't know that I can actually answer this question anymore, guys. Honestly, I feel like I answer this probably 3 times every video. And I'm just, unfortunately, I'm just not able to keep doing that because, um, you know, I honestly, I will give you this answer. It's respective on what your strategy is, depending upon how much you have in of risk capital. If somebody doesn't have a lot in, or if it's going to take them a long time to really feel the returns, then you're probably not going to pull anything out. And you're going to just let it ride. I mean, but if somebody's got a lot of money in, then naturally that person may want to strategize differently. It's really going to be dependent on where the heck I left my drink. I can't find my drink. It's probably out here. It is out here. But God, it's so beautiful out here, guys. It is absolutely gorgeous out here. All right. Here, I'll show you. So we actually put some new furniture set out here because we didn't have some of the stuff that we had here was just too congested. And my boys and I built this weight set over here recently. And then there's the beautiful pool. And give you guys a sneak peek here. Hang on. Gotta figure out how to turn this camera around if it's possible. Maybe not. I don't even know. I'm telling you, this thing is so different. And then the backyard. Can't even really see a lot of it. But for real, man, for real, the prophetic house. Seriously, if you've been following this journey, You have heard that story about this house that was prophesied to us for a couple of years. I mean, just, it was incredible. Um, yeah, you know, remember Brandon Biggs, guys, Brandon Biggs prophesied that it would go to $5 like that. So you got to keep that in mind. Um, we may be there. This may be that run. All I'm doing is kidding. Yes, I'm in Florida. And it's so chilly out here. It's incredible. Like we don't get this type of weather. It's so incredible. But yeah, Brandon Biggs prophesied, guys, that it would go to $5 just like that. And he said it would have to go to 45 cents first because that's what he saw. Well, it went to 45 cents several months ago after his prophetic word, ironically. I think it happened back in July or, maybe even August, early August, if that. Um, may have even happened before August because I think it was early August when the SEC, or I guess when Ripple kind of won their case, I guess. Um, let me check out where it's at. Hang on. Yeah, it's just kind of hovering around 188. I mean, it's not moving very fast. Um, but I mean, we've only been on for a few minutes here, 12 minutes. So those 5 minute candles take 5 minutes to finish. So I'm interested to see what happens by morning. The only thing that I am waiting on now is the dream that I had that you can see at the bottom of the screen, 1.9752. 1.9752, guys. That's what I saw in my dream. That would be the next stop, according to, just the things that I've seen in my dreams. I mean, I've been saying from the beginning that, I'm just giving it to you as I get it. I am still flesh and blood. And so I'm a vessel that just has to, you know, test everything that I hear and, of course, give it to you. And of course, then you guys test it as well. So 1.9752 is basically the only other thing that I've been shown. I was really excited about yesterday's Thanksgiving broadcast. Because like I said yesterday in the earlier video, I woke up yesterday morning after having that dream where I saw it at $1.65. And the only thing that oh, by the way, if you guys didn't see that, it was kind of cool because I haven't shown this yet. I should have shown it on the last video, but on that $1.65 number, it was actually the most demonstrative hiccup. Like there was all these squiggly lines, so many candles as it held at that $1.65 range yesterday for, I think it was 30 minutes. All those 5 minute candles, 30 minutes, 30 minutes. Normally on these 5 minute candles, you'll see it go up and you'll see it go down, and sometimes it'll go at an angle and then it'll go back down and then, just all sorts of angles. But this one, it was just like boom, 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 boom. And it was just like, it was like the longest stall of the day. And I thought that was really cool because that was the number that I saw in my dream. And remember, when I shared the original number in the dream, I said there would only be two ways that I believe, according to how I can read the charts, about how it would be considered prophetic fulfillment, right? And that would be A, where it would hit it as a point of resistance and get knocked back down, or that it would stall there for a while. And I said, however, I would be more apt to believe that it would be the resistance one because it rarely stalls, you know? And that's why it was so cool because at the $1.65 range, what was that? Today or last night? I can't remember. After the dream yesterday morning, the $1.65 range was like, it was so cool, man. And I was looking at that on the charts earlier and I was meaning to say something on the last video and I think I just forgot about it. Um, but yeah, so the only other thing that now that I'm waiting on, and probably some of you guys just to see what's going on, is that 1.9752 number. So seriously, I got to see this. Yes, it sure did. It hit $1.90. Very, very cool. That is incredible. Very good stuff. Um, no, so guys, this is a tough one. This is a tough one because there's it's tough because it's if you take profits, you run the risk of losing. Um, I did not get in this to trade. And let me just tell you that in response to this question here, because here's what I have found with this type of a deal. If I was trading on this, I probably, might miss out because, do you remember when I pointed out the trader that I work with? He pointed out that doji, uh, um, graveyard doji candle and it was on the day charts. So the day timeline. And he said that he's like, expect a correction. And it did dip, but nothing like anybody expected. And so this thing just keeps cranking. And so if anybody's counting on getting in at a low, that's what we went through on some previous content. People are like, should I, how far is it going to go down? Should I wait? And I'm just like, I'm not, because the moment that you expect it to go just a little lower, you're like, I'm going to buy when it gets there. Like you may never see that number again. I mean, I'm just telling you, especially with where this coin could go, who knows? Some people might think that's completely far fetched for me to even say that. And I get it. Because a lot of people have been watching XRP staying put for years. In fact, we get the haters and critics and naysayers on the comment section, and they're like, I've been doing this for 3 years. XRP ain't going nowhere. They're not saying that anymore. But they were saying it when I first released the prophetic dream video, right? And so yeah. And then of course you have the 10K prophecy. I mean, oh, you know what? It's interesting because remember I told you guys in some previous videos that there was a guy who basically he's like a blockchain expert. He has training schools. He's launched his own tokens, several different things. And, he basically said, he's like XRP to 10,000. I mean, this was back when I was sharing like Brandon Biggs prophecy. And I was just actually at the time just sharing prophetic words that people were saying about various things. And yes, I was an XRP holder at the time because I've been in crypto for a few years and I understand the prophetic but nothing like nothing like I am now. Like I went all in when God gave me the dream. I'm like, hey, that was other people's words and it was great. I was sowing into them. I was trying to figure out what that noise was. I was sowing into them, the words, by stewarding them myself. But when he gave me the dream, I'm like, okay, this is next level, because now, like, this is an instruction, direct instruction from the Lord. And so I'm like, and um so yeah, he said, when I told him about, or when I posted about XRP hitting 10K, he's like, do you know that that's literally impossible? He said, do you realize that's literally impossible? He's like, the market cap is only blah, blah, blah. And he's like, in order for that to happen, he's like, the US dollar would have to crash. This would have to happen. This would happen. And I'm just like, and I said to him in a private message, because I didn't want to fight on my public profile. I said to him, I said, do you realize that 2 out of the 3 things that you described are actually what people prophesied are things that are coming, like the US dollar crashing and whatever the other thing was. And, and I explained to him the breakdown of the prophetic words and why some of these things would happen, especially with what we know. And he just, I think because he found out that I bought his coin and he saw my name on the registration or whatever. And so um, he ended up inboxing me and checking the messenger, and he saw my message, and he was like, he listened to it after a couple of months now, and he was like, wow. He's like, yeah, you really helped bring some things into perspective. And he was like, but he was like, okay, I guess it's not so impossible anymore, And so, and that's the thing, man. That's what I've been saying about the prophetic for the longest time. It's like people who want to try to filter a word from the Lord through the lens of the culture of their mind, you're going to get stuck. You have to let go of the culture of your mind. You have to say, if you want to truly walk by faith and truly believe in what a word from the Lord looks like, you have to listen to the word, forego everything that that would, you know, um, prevent that from coming to pass. And then, because that's what the scripture says, it says, lean not on your own understanding. But too often we actually like use this as the dominant. Awesome. We use this as the dominant um, or lead or guide. That's not the way it works. You use, if you're getting a word from God, you use him as the guide. And then this follows. This literally rationalizes the breakdown of how it could happen. And then sometimes you have to leave and let go of that, because there are things that you just won't see until it happens. And then you look back and you're like, wow, he's good at this stuff, But man, I'm sorry, I can't keep answering this question, guys. Like, seriously, I just got done saying this comes up. I'm answering this like 3 times on every broadcast, and we've only been on 23 minutes, and this would be the second time. So, all right, let me see where we're at. Yeah, we were already at $1.90. Just so you know, Jacob, it already hit $1.90. So the $1.89 actually came after the $1.90 hit. So we hit $1.90, and it's kind of hovering around that range right now. Hang on. But remember, these are 5-minute candles, so that I'm looking at. So it could take a few more of those. Um, anyhow, okay. Well, listen, it's about close to 1 in the morning. It's 12:40. I'm actually gonna go to sleep and have another dream. How's that sound? No guarantees. I'm just said it as a joke, but it could actually happen. But anyhow, like I'm interested to see what happens in the morning. We will all be able to see it on the charts. That's what I'm looking forward to. It would be neat to see it hit that 1.9752. But I will be honest with you. It will not hurt my feelings if it blows right through it. Okay. Just between you and I, right? Like it will not hurt my feelings if it blows right through it. However, it was the only time that I've ever seen numbers in the fraction of a penny decimal points. And it was like the 10th and the 100th. So like if that hits, oh my gosh, I think even I'll be impressed on that one. I've been very excited about this journey, but that would be next level. So, I'm interested to see how this plays out. So you could say I have a little bit of doubt on that one, to be honest with you. And, if it's the word of the Lord, then he doesn't need me. Um, you know, it will come to pass because I just shared it and, you know, it's already nailed. 9:40 p.m. Where you at? Are you in California? That's where you're at. There's prophetic words, guys. There's prophetic words about Shiba Inu. There's prophetic word about XLM. There's prophetic word about Doge. There's prophetic word about Ethereum. So there's several coins that have prophetic words, and so I believe that you will do well on all of these. Yeah. You know what's funny? we were actually we were actually talking about that, and I've got a lot of people commenting on my TikTok video. Did you guys see I had 150,000 views on that video, man, on that prophetic um one video was viewed by 150,000 people hearing about a prophetic word from God about XRP coming to pass, 92 cents in a week and a half. Boom. And just love this stuff, man. All for the glory of God. What was I going to say? Yeah, so I think you'll do very well in any of the um I think you'll do very well on any of the coins that have been prophesied. Okay. Um so Shiba Inu, Doge, um was Doge prophesied? I can't remember. Or am I just it was one that I was holding for sure until I swapped it for this. Um Good. I mean, really good. Guys, listen, I just posted on my Facebook page today. There was a guy that commented on the last video, I believe is the last one. And, he says for every penny that XRP goes up, he makes $2,000. And he says the only reason he got in is because of my dream. I mean, come on. Seriously. You just can't make this stuff up. God is so good, and this is what's crazy, guys. I literally have been teaching in the ministry that the opinionated in this season will not make it and that they will get run over by those who are following the word of the Lord. I have said this, and I said it just recently. And what's interesting is you've got these critics in the comment section on some of my videos, and they're like, you're a fake, you're a fraud, you're a phony, the devil speaking to you, whatever. And it's like, it's crazy because guess what? Right? Those people aren't benefiting anything. They're still struggling. They're still striving. They're still toiling. They're still under what the scripture refers to as the curse, unfortunately. They're not supposed to be, but they won't heed the word of the Lord. So the next thing you know, you've got people like this other dude that messaged me and he's like, hey, I wanted you to know thank you. And I would have never been in this thing if it wasn't for your video and your dream. And he says, every penny it goes up, I make $2,000. And I'm like, man, I love hearing this stuff. I seriously love hearing this stuff. So Amen. Glory to God for sure. All right. Kat says, we're all going to visit each other's ranches. The course has been a blessing to send people as well. And yes, this video, remember, is I did not get a chance to fill out the contents in the description section. So go to any other of my videos and you'll be able to find the course in the description section. um, Somebody asked me, what's your Facebook page? So, all you got to do, guys, is search for, um, one second. This should pull it up. This should pull it up. Like if you search for my DeFi Guru, but be careful, guys, because some people are so scammy that they've copied my content and they try to be me. I just had to block somebody on TikTok because in the comments section, they responded to somebody and they were like, hey, message me on WhatsApp. And their handle was my DeFi Guru, but they gave them some sort of African phone number to message on WhatsApp. You know how that goes. And it's just somebody trying to scam. So thankfully I blocked that account. But these guys are literally hot, and they are out there and they are hungry to scam you. So be very careful, be very diligent. And by the way, I teach all the scams in my crypto course that Kat just referenced. Um, that Kat just referenced. So it's not on this video. Remember, um, I'm glad. I'm actually glad because I've been blocking them, but I reported one guy and they never took him down. So, and I reported that he was trying to be me. So it didn't really do anything. Um, Somebody says it's pumping again. Well, let's take a look. Florida, it's still hovering at the $1.88 range. But um, all right. Yeah, like I said, guys, I gotta bless you too, Carolyn. Yeah, he does have a lot of XRP then. Um, oh yeah, that's another one. Brandon mentioned OXT as well. OXT as well. But remember, guys, I want to make sure we've talked about this on other broadcasts. I believe now there's another guy that I recently stumbled upon on YouTube. He has been talking about Shiba Inu for a long time, he says, and he believes it's going to be the number one coin. Um, and I just don't know what to think about that because I really believe XRP is going to be the number one coin. I mean, Brandon Biggs prophesied 10K, and nobody really. Oh, and what I've also been teaching is the number of prophecies oftentimes can determine the move or the demonstration of the spirit, right? So like it'll be a big deal if there's a lot of people prophesying, and that's why Trump being president had so many prophets prophesying that for so long. Why? Because God was doing a very big thing, a very big thing. And guys, if you don't agree with that and you're watching, I'm not really here to entertain you. I'm going to give you the word of the Lord, okay? And so, yeah, right. It used to be number two. XRP used to be number two in market cap. It was right behind Bitcoin, and so they're saying I think Shiba is next. It just ate up BNB, and now Shiba is next. So it's about to take over Shiba, is what a lot of people believe the next triumph will be, and then it will be number 4. And then on its way back up to, did it really? No way. I'd have to look that up, Wayne. What? That's hilarious. No, I mean Sheba. Oh, do I mean Solana? You might be right. If that's the one that's next on the list, I might have read that wrong. It was in passing earlier today, and I could have been distracted. So I apologize if that's the case. Yeah, I believe that. I mean, there already is a flood of testimonies for sure. Seriously, with these two things going on right now, Jacob, this is so okay, I guess it is Solana. So thank you guys for clarifying that. I definitely stand corrected on that. The ETF and then the stable coin. Yeah. I mean, these things happening right at the same time. We are, guys, I'm telling you, remember what I said Christmas, right? Like that's what the guy said in my dream. Like I've been saying this from the beginning, and with all these developments happening, it's just crazy to witness the unfolding of this. And a lot of these skeptics are like some of these people have been waiting and waiting to see. And the problem is it keeps rising, and they keep thinking, oh, I missed it. And then it rises more, and they're like, oh, shoot, now I really missed it. And then it rises more, and they're like, oh my gosh, why didn't I get in by the third or fourth or sixth or eighth or ninth? And it's like, it's crazy because like this is where we're at right now, man. We're like riding this thing. So yeah, that's what I was talking about, man. Is like here's the thing, man, is like I'm only sharing my dreams, guys. I'm not doing anything else. I will be honest with you. In the crypto community, I shared some other dreams earlier. I'm sorry, I shared some other prophets' words, but I mean, when I got this dream, guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, like this was a clear visitation from God. It was an angel of the Lord, beyond a shadow of a doubt. It was an angel of the Lord came to me in my dream, and I've never had this happen. I've had angels visit me in my dream, and I could tell you some testimonies. In fact, I got a pretty funny story. I was sick one time. I was like, fighting off all these health issues, and uh, I had these two angels minister to me in the middle of the night in my dream, and boom, I woke up the next day totally healed. And I'd been battling for months. I mean, I was struggling with all sorts of things, high blood pressure, crazy stuff, and it just was like, and it was a pretty cool dream. I'm not going to get into the details, just too much. But another one, uh, yeah. So there's several times where I've normally seen two angels in my dream. This one, it was just one guy, and he walked up to me and he asked if I could pray, and he started prophesying, and you know, he just began to just declare all of these things, and so I'm interested to see what happens between now and Christmas. I mean, guys, here's the thing. Um, it's constantly pulling back. It's pulling back right now. I mean, it's, every depending upon what chart you're looking at, 5 minute candle, you know, uh, hour candles, day charts, you're going to see volatility. It's going to go up and it's going to go down, and then it's going to go up and then it's going to go down. And that's what it does every step of the way. Don't ever count on buying lower, guys. That's what I just said earlier. You may never see the price that you're targeting ever again on this coin. I'm just telling you, you may never see it again. So be very careful on trying to go and buy lower. I am not actually trading on this coin. I'm just holding. You will make many mistakes if you try to screw with the prophecy. I'm just telling you as plain as I can be. Now, if you're not following the prophetic side of this, and you're like the crypto enthusiast and you're a trader and you just want to trade and that's all you like, your mind's programmed to do that, you're welcome to do that. And you can get these little bite-sized gains, and that's great. For the person who likes that strategy. But I'm banking on a prophetic word from the Lord, and we've already 3x'd our crypto. So you got so many people here, you know. Um, so that's kind of where I'm at, be very, um, what in the world is going on? This is some far out stuff. Listen, I just want to be honest with you. I'm not into any of that new age stuff. I don't worship demons. I cast them out of people. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to be offensive, but I'm telling you right now, this junk is deception all day long. Okay. And I just have to rebuke all that stuff right now from anywhere near me because I don't like that junk. So, I'm just telling you guys, like, I can't play anymore with this stuff. People, they tap into the realm of the spirit and people don't even know what's going on nowadays. Like there's so much, the Bible says in the last days, darkness shall cover the earth and deep darkness its people. And I'm telling you, there's so much deception, so much, people talking to the universe, people talking, communicating with trees and crystals. And, the Bible says that they were given over to worship creation rather than the creator. Like, listen, man, don't even tell me don't even tell me you're worshiping the creator when you're worshiping creation. I don't communicate with the universe. I communicate with a living God. I communicate with the one that, sent his son to die on the cross for me. Telling you right now, for real, can't play around with this stuff. Um, uh, Off and on, Nicholas, off and on. We're going to actually talk about on this channel whatever we want to talk about. So if that's not for you, bye bye. Okay. Can't play those games either, guys. Come on, man. Like, don't be a troll, right? Go ahead and scroll. Okay. Get off my page. I will block you if you're going to try to come on here and dictate what we do. We don't play that game either. Some crazy stuff going on tonight. I guess that's what the freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night. All right. So that's what it is. It's nighttime. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. That's why all this is going on, guys. So, all right. So let me go ahead. Move some stuff around here. Come on. That's hilarious. John, you're anointed. What did I miss? I'm not sure what you're referring to. All right. So here we go. Got to do some house cleaning. My coworker introduced me to stocks back in 2020. That's when I bumped into cryptos. LOL. Nice. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it. No, 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 no. Big Rome. Big Rome. I am my DeFi guru. I actually have a crypto channel. That's me. That's not now, however, I do have to say there are imposter my DeFi gurus, but the one you're referring to is probably my channel that this is streaming to right now. All right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No worries, Karen. No worries. Yeah, so I don't do the like the moon stuff, man. Like, um, like today is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. So I'm not dictated by moons and all that stuff, man. Like I will tell you, there are people who are, and the Bible says that there was a young boy who was possessed by a lunatic spirit, right? Lunatic spirit is what caused him to be affected by the moon. And so it was actually a demonic spirit. And so if you are affected by moons and different things like that, it means there's a spirit attached to your life. And also, if you entertain the belief system that your life will be affected by that stuff, you actually open up doors to that now affecting you because you're basically entertaining. Um, that's exactly right. Is it too late to buy for those of us who missed it? I mean, I don't think so. But I mean, I'm not a financial advisor. By the way, since I didn't put my disclaimer on this video, I do have to remind everybody, guys, I am not a financial advisor. I am simply sharing this information for informational and educational purposes. And it does have prophetic content, meaning it's up to you to test it and to go from there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that is me. Yep. That was pretty good. That would be some good streaming though, if he was, you know, um, oh, you're talking about physical, like lack of light. Got it. Okay. Jacob. Whoops. Oh my gosh. I just dropped my phone. That's hilarious. I like people that talk like me. Some people don't know how to handle me because they're like, you're a minister, but you're so direct. I had a guy comment earlier and he says, I have an ego. And I'm like, he's the one that just like, was coming on trying to critique what it was that we were talking about. And I'm just like, man, I don't want to play around with this stuff. It's just crazy. Seriously. Like, what is it that people think they can do coming on a live stream, and what is a live stream? You're able, like, this isn't an edited film where it's edited for content. And so it's kept in, proper order. The whole purpose of a live stream is to be able to go here, there, and everywhere, because that's what conversations do. And that's what we're doing here. And it's like, it just boggles my mind when people come on here and they read the title and they just think that all of a sudden, they need to try to come in and control everything or complain. It's like, Like seriously, guys, I'm telling you right now, just, is it just me? Or, because if I jumped on a live stream and it was titled one thing and they were talking about another thing, if it interested me, I would stay. If it didn't, I would scroll. Like, I would never be like, try to take down the whole ship and be like, what are you guys doing? Like, who does that? And then they flip it on you, acting like you're the one. It's just like this, manipulation. I read a meme the other day and it says manipulation is when, um, manipulation is when they judge you for your reaction to their, something or other. And I was like, that is so golden right there. It is such a powerful word because that's exactly how manipulation works. And so people come on here and they come on here and they're like, yo, how come you're not doing what I want you to do? And I'm like, because it's my channel. Get off. You're mean. You got an attitude. You got an ego. What? It's like, get him out of here, dude. Like, I don't even want to, like, what? You want to keep arguing about this? It's just so stupid. It's exactly right. Manipulation is actually a spirit of witchcraft, for sure. I'm not interested in booting out unbelievers, however, okay? I'm not interested in booting out unbelievers. I don't mind unbelievers because even a humble unbeliever is someone who, like, you know, in fact, we had Thanksgiving yesterday and we had a family member of a person at our church who we know has very different opinions about a lot of things, very pertinent conversation pieces, but they elect to never enter discussion about those things. And I made a comment and I just said, it's so wonderful that they can come over and just not bring up the things that we know they have different opinion about. And it was just great and is, amazing. And so, oh yeah, yeah, no worries. I appreciate you clarifying. And of course, I'm sure the community watching appreciates it too. Um, it's interesting. I'm actually not surprised to hear that. I believe it, actually. I believe it. Let me take. So it's actually interesting because this $1.89 mark is actually doing sort of what it did yesterday or today, whenever we did that $1.65 thing where I was talking about earlier, how it was really dancing around at $1.65 for 30 minutes. We're talking, you know, um, geez, how many 5-minute candles are in 30 minutes? No, it must have been longer than that because that would have only been 6 candles. I got to go back and look. But you could see it was like, it just hovered at that $1.65 range for a good while. So give me a sec. Not 30 minutes, 3 hours. 3 hours it hovered at around the $1.65 range. And that was really cool because remember my dream about $1.65. And I said in Thanksgiving's video, Thanksgiving morning that it was getting ready to take off. And I said, we're on our way to $1.97. It's about to break out. And remember, the guy commented on my video and he was like, you're a fraud. You're a phony. And then when I blocked him, he went to my other YouTube channel and started commenting, you're a fraud. You're a phony. So I had to block him from both channels. But and because he said, he's like, it's crashing. Open your eyes, wake up. And so I blocked him. He probably thought I was mean too. And so, anyway, um, what happened is it was actually dipping, and it did dip for, I don't know, a good while, maybe 45 minutes. And then from there, I mean, it just took off, man. And it's been taking off ever since. And, it's just been a wild, wild takeoff. In fact, I think I took a screenshot of the difference from where it had been dropping when he said it was just crashing. Everything's going to die. You're false, and then the proportion compared to the takeoff. And I was going to do a video on this, but I decided not to because I don't need to. However, I really do want to. Everything in me is like, I've been trying to tell people that the opinionated won't make it in this season. And so I was going to say, do you remember this guy? And, here's where he said we're crashing in this little segment on this chart. And then here's what ended up happening in this big whole section. And I'm like, you be the judge, so who do you want to listen to, right? This guy who, has obviously profited nothing, or the word of the Lord. I mean, it's just totally different. The other guy's eating humble pie. You know what? Who knows? Some people they just don't hold themselves accountable. Some people literally will just blow off at the mouth like that. And then when things completely demonstrate how wrong they actually are, they just ignore it. They just turned a blind eye to it so that they don't have to accept correction, so that they don't have to be accountable, so that they don't have to reconsider, all these different things, because that's what deception does. That's what deception does. Is it too late to buy more XRP? I mean, I definitely don't think so. How high this bull cycle for XRP? Ask me on Christmas. Ask me on Christmas. King Jesus is buying more. Do you guys know King Jesus is buying XRP? Oh, man. Yeah, there was actually a video that somebody did where he said something about less than 1% of the supply remains or something like that. I don't remember exactly the details, but he says, can you imagine what's going to take place when the supply and when the exchanges don't even have? There's been this talk about other coins too, I think, but XRP is definitely one. Oh, I didn't see that. That might have been the time when that might have been when I checked the charts. Guys, I got to go to bed. It is late, or I should say early in the morning. Definitely, I appreciate you guys being on. Looking forward to seeing where it's at when I wake up. Hopefully 1.9752. Take care. God bless.